Welcome to Mystery Chronicles, where we dive deep into some of the most intriguing and mysterious stories from around the world. Please like, comment, and subscribe. On the night of April 26th, 1986, a catastrophic event unfolded at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant near Pripyat, Ukraine. The disaster, etched into history as the world's worst nuclear accident, unfolded during a routine safety test. At 1:23 a.m., a sudden surge of power ripped through reactor number 4. The reactor core overheated rapidly. This led to a series of explosions that blew the reactor's heavy steel and concrete lid apart. The explosion released a plume of radioactive material into the atmosphere. This plume would spread across Europe and beyond. The disaster exposed flaws in reactor design and highlighted the devastating consequences of human error. The events of that night would forever change the lives of millions and cast a long shadow on the future of nuclear energy. At the heart of the Chernobyl disaster lay the flawed design of the RBMK-1000 reactor. This reactor type, common in the Soviet Union, lacked a crucial safety feature, a containment structure. Containment structures are designed to prevent the release of radioactive material in case of an accident. Without this safeguard, the Chernobyl reactor's vulnerability was tragically exposed. The reactor's design also had a dangerous characteristic known as a positive void coefficient. This meant that a sudden increase in power could lead to a runaway chain reaction. The combination of design flaws and operational errors created a perfect storm for disaster. The initial explosion at Chernobyl was not a nuclear blast. Instead, it was a steam explosion caused by the rapid heating of the reactor core. The heat generated by the uncontrolled nuclear reaction vaporized the cooling water. This created immense pressure that blew apart the reactor vessel. The explosion was followed by a raging fire that burned for days. The fire further propelled radioactive material high into the atmosphere. First responders, unaware of the invisible danger they faced, rushed to the scene. Firefighters battled the blaze with courage and determination, unaware that they were being exposed to lethal doses of radiation. The explosion at Chernobyl released a cocktail of radioactive isotopes into the environment. These isotopes, including iodine-131, cesium-137, and strontium-90, posed significant threats to human health and the environment. Ionizing radiation, the type released by the disaster, can damage cells and DNA. This damage increases the risk of cancer and other diseases. The invisible nature of radiation made it all the more insidious. People in the immediate vicinity of the plant were exposed to the highest levels. However, the wind carried radioactive fallout across vast distances. Section 5. Evacuation and abandonment. The ghost city of Pripyat. In the hours and days following the explosion, the Soviet authorities were slow to react. The evacuation of Pripyat, the city closest to the plant, did not begin until 36 hours after the disaster. Residents were told to pack a few belongings and that they would be returning in a few days. The reality was far different. The city of 50,000 became a ghost town. its buildings left to decay and its streets reclaimed by nature, with the exclusion zone, initially a 30-kilometer radius around the plant, remains largely uninhabited to this day. Section 6. A world responds, containment and cleanup efforts. The Chernobyl disaster prompted a global response. Engineers and scientists from around the world collaborated to contain the disaster and mitigate its long-term effects. One of the most significant undertakings was the construction of a massive concrete and steel structure known as the sarcophagus. Completed in November 1986, the sarcophagus encased the destroyed reactor containing the radioactive remains and reducing the spread of contamination. In 2016, a new safe confinement, a larger arch-shaped structure, was slid over the sarcophagus to provide a more permanent solution. Section 7. The legacy of Chernobyl, long-term impacts, and uncertain futures. The Chernobyl disaster cast a long shadow on the future of nuclear energy. The accident highlighted the potential for catastrophic consequences in the event of a nuclear meltdown. The long-term health effects of the disaster are still being studied. The disaster led to an increase in thyroid cancer cases, particularly among children exposed to radioactive iodine. The psychological toll on survivors and those living in contaminated areas has also been profound. Section 8. Nature reclaims its domain. Wildlife in the exclusion zone. While the Chernobyl exclusion zone remains largely off-limits to humans, it has become an unexpected haven for wildlife. In the absence of human activity, plant and animal populations have rebounded. Elk, deer, wolves, and lynx roam the abandoned forests and towns. The absence of humans has, in some ways, created a unique ecological experiment. Scientists are studying the effects of radiation on the flora and fauna of the exclusion zone. This research provides valuable insights into the resilience of nature. Section 9. Chernobyl today. A stark reminder and a testament to resilience. 37 years after the disaster, Chernobyl stands as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of technological failures and human error. The site has become a destination for dark tourism. Visitors come to witness the eerie silence of Pripyat and learn about the disaster's lasting impact. The Chernobyl disaster serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to prioritize safety, transparency, and responsible innovation in our technological pursuits. It also stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of nature.